books. Can't escape from the team. Call the morning steam. It's time to break one for cover. Call the morning steam. It's time to break one for cover. Jets gonna cover. Yards and cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, and a pleasant good morning to you, coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Saturday, March 7th. We've got a big day of sports action coming your way here on the Sports Money Network. We've got our previews here on the Morning Steam. We're going to give you some coverage of the NBA, NHL. I'll touch on a little college basketball as well, maybe mix in some other sports and some information, and we'll also have our college basketball show with the guys coming up here at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. Connor Mack and Mikey Money get you ready for a big day of college basketball, including some conference tournament action. We'll touch on a few games, but let the guys handle with the big ones there today with our college basketball preview. I'll lead you right into that show at about 1 hour and 37 minutes from right now. So we'll have time to talk about some other things here. Good to have you here on the show. After yesterday's action here, we've got steam rolling in. There won't be as much steam today because, well, we don't have as many teams playing college basketball today because, you know what, they're starting to fall by the wayside a little bit, including the Belmont Bruins there, and what's going on with Belmont and what's going on after last night's action there. Man, you can't be losing those type of games here at this time of year, especially when you've had such a great season. You can't go on losing to a team like Drake there in Arch Madness, a historic loss there yesterday. And you know what? Bye. You're not going to the dance either if you didn't win that one. So let's see what's going on. Hello to everybody in the chat. We'll let a few people roll in here, and then we'll get to our previews today. But I want to talk about some of the action here from yesterday and some of the big headlines, especially here in Las Vegas with Max Crosby getting dealt to the Ravens here overnight. I think they got to wait for the date or something like that, but there's no turning back. So, look, everyone says the Raiders got a pretty good deal for, dealing a guy like Max Crosby, obviously a big star in the league. I'm pretty sure Max just wants to win. Look, if this was a capable, competent organization, they'd come here. Believe me, you would come here to be in Las Vegas. But this team is not going to go anywhere with Mark Davis in charge. Never going to get anything done here. They're going to have they're going to have draft picks here. They're going to blow that too. I didn't think that he could possibly blow it coming here to Las Vegas with this building that they're in, but they've done it. He's done it. Good job. But until then, you also lost a great player, one guy who's actually worth watching on the team in Max Crosby. I mean, you need to take 5 players to make up for Max Crosby the way he's meant to this, defense is going to get even worse next year for sure. So, but that was big news here overnight. Also some big news overnight was Team Japan over Team Korea at the World Baseball Classic here on Saturday morning, if you will. We had the final just a short time ago, a couple hours ago now, actually. But Shohei Ohtani, he homered, and man, the Team Japan wins again in a good one against Korea. um, was 8-6 was the final. Lots of offense in the game. Hassan Kim there, home run as well, and a good ball game between those two. It was 5-5 there for a while. Japan went on to win it 8-6. To improve to 2-0. Also, late last night, it was Chinese Taipei run ruling Czechia 14-0 there. Other games from yesterday at the World Baseball Classic. Of course, Aaron Judge homered, scored 3 runs. The USA beat Brazil 15-5. Did they cover the 9.5? I guess they did. I guess the better play was to go over, the safer play. The U.S. had to work to get that cover. Venezuela beat Netherlands 6-2. Wilson Contreras had 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Dominican Republic got rolling after struggling a little bit early, and they got feeling good with the 12-3 win over Nicaragua. J-Rod, 3 hits, 3 RBIs. Big game there for J-Rod. And also Cuba over Panama with Jan Moncada, 2-run home run for Cuba.
Final.
There with their history-inspired uniforms. Also, Puerto Rico shut out Colombia 5-0 with 5 runs in the 5th inning. Still to come here at the World Baseball Classic, right at the 11 o'clock Eastern, 8 Pacific. Here it'll be Colombia and Canada. You got Canada about 234 favorite there in that one. Total 8.5. An hour later will be Nicaragua and the Netherlands. Netherlands favored in that one over Nicaragua, minus 250. Total 9.5. Italy and Brazil at 1 Eastern and 10 a.m. Pacific. Italy a dime favorite over Brazil. Italy's got a few more major leaguers, but you got to be impressed the way Brazil played against the United States, I think, there in the but it is Brazil plus 700. Italy's supposed to win, man, believe me, but Brazil was interesting. And other matches today include Panama and Puerto Rico, Israel, and Venezuela. I heard Israel's got plenty of arms. And also Great Britain takes on the United States, Chinese Taipei, and Korea in the late game from Japan at the World Baseball Classic. It's been good. I think everyone's pretty entertained, and no one's complaining about the players that are playing on several teams over the years at the World Baseball Classic, like they were in the United States. You have one guy has been on 4 different teams. Wait a minute, how do you do that? Your mom, dad, you, and then who else? What did they say? I mean, where do you get the 4th? How do you get to the 4th country? Just some dual citizenship thing? I don't think a guy was on 4 teams, but he was definitely on more than 2 there. Maybe it was only 2. I don't know. But, you have some players that we all recognize. You had Dante Bichette Jr. in there with the green hair playing for Brazil. So, a little different. Nobody's, politicizing this in baseball. Just go out there and have fun in the World Baseball Classic. But it does still not many surprises just yet. Maybe just an upset or 2 along the way so far. So we'll get more action here at the World Baseball Classic. Let's touch on some steam though real quick. We've got plenty to talk about here with our games today, but we want to have coverage of college basketball starting before we get to the guys.
Final.
And we do have some steam coming in right now. And it's on the game between Jacksonville State and UTEP. This is a regular board game here with the steam coming in on the under here with Jacksonville State and UTEP. It was 139. We're down to 137 here, it looks like, with Jacksonville State and UTEP. Thank you, Mr. Steam. It's going to be Northwestern and Minnesota here. Another regular board game, steam to the under here with Northwestern and Minnesota. This one's at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. Steam to the under here. I'd say that these 2 teams are a little bit under teams for sure. And this one was 133. We're down to 131.5 here right now. Still possibly going lower with Northwestern and Minnesota. Also, just as we were coming in on the air, ACC action with California and Wake Forest. Steam to the over in that one. It was 150. It's now 151.5, probably 152 here. California and Wake Forest, steam to the over there in that one. Thank you for joining me here on the show. We're going to get to the previews in just a moment. But first, I want to say hello to the folks starting to arrive in the chat. We'll go over some more Steam as well. And we got Flea Mathis was first today. How about that? Mike Humphrey is here. Jimmy Knows, hello to the chat all-stars. Blake M, good morning. Jordy Fuentes here as well. Andrew K, Jimbo ready to go. Also, let's see here. What about the game between Canada and Colombia? Well, let me see if we can't get a preview together on that. Here also, Japan looks strong, says Andrew. Yeah, but it was 5-5. They were favorites to beat Korea there certainly yesterday. So they did get it done, but they were favored by a few more than just 2 runs. Let's just say in that game, right? They were favored by 5.5 in that game. Ended up winning just 8-6. So they didn't cover. That's part of it, right? Trying to assess how good the team, but no doubt, we know who looks good. Andrew, Shohei Ohtani pretty much looks good, right? Art Thompson's here today. Puerto Rico looks good. I'm still liking what I see with the Dominican Republic. How about my man Manny Machado with the typical Manny no-look underhand from 20 feet beyond third base. Brooks Robinson never could have even conceived of doing that. Twisted said, good morning. James Parham is here. Nug is joining us in the chat. Greg's here as well. And Andrew loves a bit World Baseball Classic, and I do too. I think it is. I think, we kind of make fun of some of these things going on. Did you even know that the unrivaled season is over after all that? We talk about the women's basketball. We hope they get this labor situation going. We like to bet on WNBA. I did not bet on unrivaled this year. I did last year. Did you even know that they had a season? Did you know the season was over? And did you know Arike Ogunbowale got arrested last night at the celebration, beating up a security guard? It happens it happens with the women too. All right, let me go over some more steam coming in here real quick. We got other headlines too we could talk about here right now. How about Miami of Ohio last night, guys and gals, with the win there? You know what? Not a fan. I give up. I don't like him anymore. When I saw the way they acted after that win, look, I know that it's a little different when you're Miami of Ohio, but go over and just get in the handshake line. You just said a thing now. Maybe, look, a lot of people on X were saying, congratulations, what a team, what a historic, and it is. I mean, come on, very historic, no matter how you look at it, whatever league. I don't care if it was I don't want to pinpoint those other leagues, but they didn't have to go over and flip off the fan. I know the coach was hit with stuff during the game. The Ohio crowd was awful as well. They were brutal, but you're supposed to be above that. You got your time in the spotlight, and what I'm going to remember is the guy, telling the fans to F off, flipping off the fans, the Ohio player not going in the sportsmanship line as well because he was a hothead. And that's what I'm going to remember about that. It should have been a historic moment. And now I'm not a fan. I hope Miami of Ohio loses their opening game of the tournament and they miss I hope they don't get invited now. I think that might be a little too much. But I don't think that was a good look for Miami of Ohio. Here you had a moment. And maybe a lot of people didn't even see it that way. Because like I said, on X, everybody was really happy for him. And you know what? I think it's a great accomplishment. I'll say it, right? A great accomplishment. Great job, Miami of Ohio. But what I'll remember is how much they look like jerks when they did it. That's what I'll remember for the rest of my life. All right, who else is here today? And Greg is in there. How about the Knicks? Man, they destroyed the Nugs. And Terrell says about Tatum there last night. Yeah, hey, right, we said he's going to be. But I think the point total was kind of right on. 15, right? 15. Just wasn't going to go off. Maybe that's more, you get in there. But like we said, with Wemby, red card here. We got action in Spain going on right now. Germany just kicked off as well. Here with our European action today. Rhode Island and Fordham. Let me go to the arena
final
Bundesliga coverage here. Rhode Island and Fordham, we're seeing some steam here to the under with Rhode Island and Fordham right now. I mean, if you think about two teams that should go under here on this card today, it'd have to be Rhode Island and Fordham, wouldn't it? It was 134. I think we're down to 133 and a half, 132. Man, those teams go under there. So, and it was a great game, no doubt about it. There, when Mike said it, the overtime and all. And, if Miami of Ohio was in the SEC, would they go? What would they go? What would they go? Would they go? Let's say 9-9. What, I don't know how many games they played. 9-10, 10-9. Would they go 4-14? I think they might be a little better than that. So they probably still deserve it, even if they lose in the conference tournament. But you better get to the final. You better get to the final, because you know what? You got the Akron Zips too, and the Akron Zips are pretty good. And I think if they do get to the final and just happen to lose to the Akron Zips, then they might make it into the tournament. But they better lose to only the Akron Zips if it's any team in the MAC tournament. I think that's really the only, when the math of it comes down, I think that's how it's going to come down. All right, we got a few more steam plays here. Louisiana Tech and Delaware. These are all on the normal board here. Louisiana Tech and Delaware, steam to the under here. Oh, this one's not bad. 135 down to looks like 133 and a half, 133. Louisiana Tech and Delaware, steam to the under. Also a little earlier, Providence and Georgetown saw some steam to the over with Providence and Georgetown there this evening, 8 p.m. Eastern. 5 Pacific. You'd have to think that one has a good chance of going over with those two teams. Here it was 156. It looks like we're up to 157. Providence and Georgetown. Northern Arizona and Idaho State. We're seeing some steam here to the over in this one. This is a tournament game out of the Big Sky today. Big Sky. Early game, 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific, steam to the over with Northern Arizona and Idaho State. It was 141. We're up to 143 right now in that one, Northern Arizona and Idaho State. All right. Also, one earlier was when we were just coming on the air, I think it's worth noting, is Georgia and Mississippi State steam to the over in that one. It was 162. We're up to 164 right now with Georgia and Mississippi State. Also, Maryland, Baltimore County in action today from America East quarterfinals. Baltimore County was 12 and a half. They're up to 13 and a half here right now, maybe even 14. Baltimore County got steamed against New Hampshire. All right, Greg, look, you know what, Greg? I mean, what were the Clippers thinking here? I mean, this is one of the problems with this team. They are not the smartest team out there. I think that's for sure. Okay. Also, one more here, and we're going to get rolling, I think, with a little more news. Vanderbilt and Tennessee steam to the under here. It was 147 and a half. We're down to 146 right now with Vanderbilt and Tennessee. All right. Make sure you're joining us here today on the Sports Money Network at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 Pacific, I think. There's been one canceled fight, so we'll see if it pushes us back. I think they'll probably go on the air at the regular time. And we've got UFC 326 here today with the main event for the ceremonial BMF title. Lightweights, Max Holloway, Charles Oliveira, top 4 contenders in the lightweight division for the ceremonial BMF title. You can catch in the previews here, but I do feel bad. We did preview also lightweights Drew Dober and Michael Johnson, but the first fight we had on the previews was canceled with Gaston Bolaños and Jung Young Lee. The only guy more upset than I am is probably VB and our guest, Mr. Blonde. They broke it down, but still got 2 fights in the previews there, and you can catch our broadcast today. I'll be there with some picks, and you can pick up my picks right now for today's UFC card over at winnable.com. Mikey's going to have his package as well. Jeff's going to have his package, but you can get my full card package. I got 9 picks up and available right now over at winnable.com/Ramon. Use the promo code STEAM to save 20% off the premium pick packages. And not only that, we will have here a drawing at the end of the show where you could actually win 1 month of these picks to see if they're any good. I was up and down yesterday for sure. Some of the sports we did pretty well. Some of the sports, I'm working hard. Oops. Let's see here, a little technical. Working hard here to have a lot of coverage, and I'm not going so well in a couple sports. I'm trying to mix in some other sports right now, and we had a good day over the premiums yesterday with some of the picks over there. See if we can take a look and see what happened on some of the coverage here over at winnable.com for today. We'll talk about some of the action from yesterday here as well, but we did have some winners here, and let's see if we can't bring them up right now. Oh, there's some premium picks there from today, in case you aren't a subscriber, but we can go to there's my UFC action there if you want to get in on some of that, and also other action here from Friday included a win here with over with Anaheim and Montreal. The VGK game was a push in there. Also, we had an NBA winner with Spurs and Clippers, kind of split there. The women's tennis was had a couple of the ladies, I think, was one maybe canceled. The men, we did well. I know that. We had FAA, we had Tommy Paul also in here. We had Mensick as well. One soccer game here yesterday with Bayern Munich. So a little bit up and down. The baseball here was okay, 2-1 there yesterday. The women's basketball. This was where we really scored. What did we have here? 4-1 yesterday in women's basketball. All right, I'm going to get on some women's basketball here today a little bit. There. What did we have? Some duplicate game in there that I had, the West Virginia and then the total in West Virginia. That might have been, it wasn't an error, but I rarely do that actually. So check me out there over at winnable.com/Ramon. I had the winner here of the Temple game. So yeah, it was up and down. The men, I think we swept that card though with Magic Man, Baez, and Kovacevic. There. Oh, that was Thursday. All right, let's get off that. Anyway, go on over to winnable.com/Ramon. This is how you support me here on the channel. You guys, if you want to, if this program is worth 41 cents a day to you, then why not join me over at winnable.com and you get some extra plays from me. I come on here every day, give some plays out in the morning, try to do as best as I can, but I do offer a little bit more timely package with my late releases, and it comes direct to your device, your phone or computer for just 41 cents a day. And when you use the promo code STEAM there, I do appreciate it. We got a little more steam coming in right now, as a matter of fact, here on the Morning Steam with action in the Summit League. Yesterday I got a little greedy there and tried to talk up the Summit League, and now those games are going to go over, and they didn't. But North Dakota and St. Thomas steam to the under here in that game right now with North Dakota and St. Thomas here, semifinal matchup tonight, 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific. It was 150. Let me get the total right on this one. I got to see how this one's been moving here. Definitely got to double check here right now. Was one. North Dakota and St. Thomas. Did I say that? It was one. It was 156 here on the send out a little bit, and now it's all the way down here to 150.5. Now the general opener was 152.5 or so, but again, I think that's because the Summit League, high scoring league, but in the tournament here, it's kind of gotten back to normal a little bit. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Also had another one here. What was it just a moment ago? Oh, what was it just a moment ago? It was the Citadel and East Tennessee State. Steam to the under here in this one with the Citadel and East Tennessee State. This is currently at, let me get it right here because this is a tournament action here. noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Steam to the under here was 140.5. Now down to 139. I only make note of it because that is my pick, actually. Under with Citadel and East Tennessee State. And the Steam's coming in on the under right now here. So I guess that takes care of one play because it's getting steamed right now. And I have the under, and that was going to be one of our previews. We're just previewing the early games if we ever get there here on the Morning Steam Show. All right, quickly. Now we're talking about trying to get to these stories and headlines right now, but we talked about Drake embarrassing Belmont there yesterday. Belmont looks like they're going to be done. Bradley beat Valpo in double overtime in the Missouri Valley, which, the games were high scoring there. Also, Miami of Ohio in that game did finish 31-0, all with 9 wins by 1 or 2 points or an overtime finish. You know what I mean? So they finished close games there. They were clutch. What can you say? They were clutch again there last night. Seton Hall beat St. John's. They finished number 1 and clinched the number 1 seed, the Big East tournament there. Southern Conference, Citadel over Chattanooga, 88-85. Citadel, we talked about it. We just said the Steam's on the under, and I'm on the under, but that one was kind of wild. WCC tournament, Portland beat Washington State by Cougs. You're going back to the Pac-12 next year. You weren't even good enough for this league. North Carolina star Caleb Wilson, who already had a broken left thumb. He missed a game or two, got it all bandaged up, played through it, broke his right thumb in practice. He's out for the rest of the season. BCU beat Dayton. Rams have won 13 of 14 late night. My San Diego State Aztecs are still alive for the Mountain West. BJ Davis, 30 points off the bench. Draven Gibbs Lawhorn, another big game for Vegas, 32 points in that one. Lehigh over, let's see, and I think that's it. I think that is it. As far as the games I wanted to talk about, I got Lehigh and Holy Cross was a close one there yesterday. Or was that the day before with that buzzer beater? What was I thinking about? Merrimack drubbed Sacred Heart 70-48. Merrimack's won 10 of 11. Fairfield over St. Peter's in the MAAC. They're 74-55 as the Stags pulled off a big upset. They were trailing 11-0, came back to win 74-55. Watch out for Fairfield. They have 4 freshmen in the starting lineup. They've won 10 of 13. Sunbelt Southern Miss over Texas State. There was a crazy stat in the game. 92 shots were taken, but only 14 three-pointers in the game. And Georgia Southern rocked South Alabama 94-85 as the Eagles win again in that latter tournament, and they've scored 88, 80, and 94 points. And they took a few three-point shots. They were 23 of 44. You could win a basketball game like that. All right, let's go. Let's see who's here. Let's get rolling with the previews. I'm ready to go if you are. And let's see here. Steve Lefterian's ready to roll with us. Irish King. Jordy's got his plays in there as well. M the Great, hello. And yes, it's time for the favorite day of the year, isn't it? The extra hour, right? I mean, my favorite day of the year. It'll feel great for at least a week, and there's wine time. All right, compared to when the time is bring forward, that's that's the wrong day, right? Oh no, we don't like this day. Man, why doesn't the president just change it? Right, everybody wants more daylight, except because it's like the popular thing. He wants less daylight. He wants to go darkness at 4:30. The darkness of war. Okay, let's go, you guys. Let's preview the games right now. Let's go to the NBA and get rolling with our card. One game has been kicked to the curb. We're only going to do 5 games in the NBA because of the fact that I think the Jazz and the Bucks. Sorry, Bucks. I think you're done there. But we'll see. Let's get going here with the Magic taking on the Timberwolves here. Good playoff contending teams. I mean, the Wolves are definitely a playoff team, and they're not only a playoff team, they're looking pretty good and kind of look like they want to put some pressure on those top teams. I don't think they're going to get that far, but they're probably going to pull away here from the Rockets and the Nuggets if they keep this win streak up. They've won 5 in a row coming in here right now. And the Magic have been solid here too, man. Said they're desperate, here to hang on to the number 8 spot, and they're doing a good job of it. They're 2 games up on the Hawks. So as good as the Hawks and the Hornets have played, the Magic are still hanging on because they're playing pretty well here right now. And they will be underdogs here, but still 33 and 28 overall. They've won 2 in a row coming in. That's what you got to do. If you're trying to hang on to the 8th spot, all you can do is win. They beat Washington. They beat Dallas, not the toughest teams in the world, but you got to win those games. You got to win the games you're supposed to win, especially if you're a little bit above 500. Minnesota, meanwhile, with a 5-game winning streak. But you know what? They still are not covering the spread. It's like the same thing as earlier in the year with Minnesota now. No problem. You just got to get there. If you're Minnesota, you don't worry about if you're covering the spread very often. But if you're a bettor, we know who might be the team you might want to look to here. I don't know. What do you guys think with Orlando on the road here taking on Minnesota? Orlando's 8-4 straight up in their last 12, 4-1 against the spread, their last 5 on the road. Now they have lost 4 of their last 6 games to Minnesota overall, but over the last 18 years, Orlando's 15-3 against the spread against Minnesota when they've played in Minnesota. Over the years, Minnesota's been probably a little bit better than Orlando, even over almost 20 years. I imagine they probably were favored in most of those games. So really just been a case where Orlando's gotten enough points and been able to cover. Will that happen here today? Minnesota's just 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 games. This, despite the fact that they've won 5 in a row. It's been like this all year. They're 40-23 straight up, but 27-36 against the spread. 14-19 against the spread at home, and 20-31 against the spread as a favorite. Orlando's not a great cover either, but they are covering here of late. They are just 26-35 against the spread, despite a 33-28 record. It's almost like not quite as bad. Oh, we've got a goal here, I think, right now. Is that for Wolfsburg? Oh, we're on the goal channel. I can't go reciting every goal here. It's going to be all goals. Orlando just 12-17 against the spread on the road. Just 9-11 against the spread as an underdog, which is better than their other poor records in certain roles. Hey everyone, we're having some steam here right now in the Ohio Valley Conference Championship game tonight. This is the only championship game of the night, I believe, and I believe this is the first bid tonight in the NCAA tournament. Morehead State and Tennessee State steam to the under here. Man, this one was 150, I think. It's all the way down here to 146, 145.5. That's been a big move in the Ohio Valley Championship. Big steam to the under there. Okay, what do you think here with Orlando and Minnesota here? Minnesota and Orlando have gone over in 4 of their last 6 games. Minnesota's gone under in 4 of their last 5. But the key for Minnesota that we've hit on so many times is the fact that they are 11-22 to the under at home. So I'm going to take the under actually here in this one with Orlando and Minnesota. Give me the under here. I think Orlando can hang here. And look, they were getting 7.5. It's down to 6.5. Let's go to the chat. See what you got here in this one with the Magic and the Timberwolves. I want to say hello to Fen Lee Hornet. Nice to see Fen Lee Hornet in there today. He says, used to be awesome when you give us the plays and not sell your picks. Well, that's what we do. This is all about the tout life. You might got the wrong chat. Says there's 22 viewers in here. I'm showing there's 50. Let's show Fenley Hornet, everybody. Fenley Hornet. All right. Yeah, when you get to big tout land like me and can sell your picks for 41 cents a day, you got, I don't know, dozens of subscribers. I mean, shoot. I mean, I have a fancy pizza right here with some ricotta on it. All right. 9 Legacy Magic on the spread. Public Enemies on the Magic here. Orlando to keep it close. JP Farley's on the Magic. R. Thompson is on the Magic over here right now. Hello to AOD here today. He's not complaining about the host. All right. Let's see what else. Timberwolves money line for Jordy. I guess I guess we could get a different host. I'm only on all these different channels because, hey, I've got no life, no wife, no girlfriend, no kids, never been married. What a sad existence. All right. Greg says he's got his numbers out here. Bentley Hornet sending his love. I send my love back. Yeah, I'm not a hater. I'm not a hater. I'm not a hater. People portray me as a hater. We got Hoffenheim scoring here. All right. Let's see here. No, it's okay, Twisted. I love Finley here. All right, I'm gonna take the under here in that one. Let's keep it going here right now in the NBA. We got all these games to preview, but I know we got Connor and Mike coming up too. So I'm not really bent out of shape about the college basketball. We're gonna do a few games here, but we're doing NBA right now, and we've got a Tankathon game here with the Nets and the Pistons. How about it? First, let me squeeze some steam in. Campbell and Stony Brook. We got some tournament steam here with Campbell and Stony Brook. All right. Going to the Coastal here for this one. Oh, man, this is our preview game as well. If we get there, steam to the over here right now with Campbell and Stony Brook. It was 147.5. It's up to 148.5 here right now. Maybe even 149 with Campbell and Stony Brook. Steam to the over. All right, let's go to the Tankathon here right now, shall we? With the Brooklyn Nets and the Detroit Pistons. You do have a big spread, of course, with these hot Pistons, but Brooklyn all of a sudden is, trying hard here. They're trying to cover some numbers, but just isn't happening. It's really bad here at this point. They did cover against Cleveland, but they were back at it against Miami, got blown out in games that they were a total double-digit dogs. So they're not even coming close right now, talking about the Brooklyn Nets. So, look, we're in the Tankathon here. I got to figure Detroit's going to roll these guys, of course, again right now, especially after they might be steaming there a little bit after the loss to San Antonio. I mean, they've lost to Cleveland and San Antonio. They need a big win to bounce back here right now, don't they? So I know I've been a lot in the Tankathon here in some of these games, and we haven't got them all right, but I'm not turning my back on the Tankathon here. Brooklyn, massive losing streak here right now, and not covering either. Brooklyn's lost 1-9 against the spread, their last 10 games overall. Not only that, they're 0-8 against the Pistons in the last 8 meetings with them. 0-8 against the Pistons. So, not good. Detroit, 11-4 straight up, but just 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 games. So, it hasn't all been hunky-dory. Detroit's coming in off of losses to Cleveland and San Antonio. Also, they failed to cover in wins against good teams like Cleveland and OKC. They did cover recently against Orlando. But I'm going to just take Detroit here, you guys. I don't know how much we want to get into the Tankathon here a little bit, but as far as the total's concerned, Brooklyn is 13-19 to the under on the road, and Detroit is 20-28 to the under as a favorite. Detroit's gone under in 4 of their last 5 games overall. Detroit's gone under in 4 of 6 against Brooklyn. So let's go to the chat and see what you guys have here in this one between Brooklyn and Detroit. All right. And here we go. It's going to be, and you guys don't worry about that. We're having a great time today. Okay. It's, I'm looking for the comments here. AOD's got a Detroit basketball ready to whip these fools. I don't know. Can we say that? Brooklyn Nets, though, 9 legacy. AOD's got the Nets getting that back door. Also, JP says, take Detroit in the Tankathon. Var says, good morning, Var's on the under. R. Thompson's on the under. Greg's got it as a woodshed game, and Jordy's on the Pistons on the money line. Put it in a parlay. All right, I'm going to take the Pistons here in the Tankathon. Next up, the Sixers are taking on the Hawks here, and the Hawks are favored this one by 6. Look, this is not a tankathon game. I mean, the Sixers, just because, no Embiid right now, maybe they are slipping a little bit. The Hawks are coming on strong. So this is a big game for both teams. The Sixers are in 6th place, but they got to try to win. They don't have Embiid right now, and it does feel like things are a little bit shaky for the Sixers here. They're very streaky, but they're coming off of a win here. It's just Atlanta's on a roll. No chance Embiid's in there today. This line is 6.5 or 7 now. It may have went up a little bit higher here because BJ Edgecombe is doubtful for this game. Janai Broom is out as well. Oubre probable. For the Hawks, Kuminga, my new favorite here, he's questionable for Atlanta. But the move has been on Atlanta, but I think mostly it was injury driven here. But a lot of books are starting to show 7 right now. Total here 233.5. This Atlanta streak here right now. Like I said, I started saying it a few games ago, right? This Atlanta team kind of looks like, Charlotte too. And both of them are kind of the same team, and they're trying to chase down Orlando. They're out of the playoff picture right now, but the Hawks just 2 games behind Orlando. And look, the Hawks are scheduled to win. They're predicted to win, and Orlando's predicted to lose. Could the Hawks be within 1 game of 8th place after today? The Hawks are coming in with consecutive wins here. Wins and covers every time. I mean, it's not even – and the thing about it is with Atlanta, and they've been playing some weak teams, but they're covering as a favorite. I think that's important. Covered 9.5 against Brooklyn, covered 12.5, covered 10.5 against Washington, covered 6.5 against Portland, and covered they were 1-point dog in the win against Milwaukee on the road, but that was an impressive win. That's when I said Atlanta. That's when I said Milwaukee, you're done. Wofford is taking some steam here right now in some tournament action here. Wofford here against NC Greensboro. Wofford was a 4-point favorite. They're up to 5.5 here, maybe even 6. Wofford just took the steam against North Carolina. Greensboro, their Southern Conference tournament action today. All right. And let's go with you guys here in the chat, see what you guys have as well. For Philadelphia here, they did beat Utah last time out, did not cover. Also lost to San Antonio, lost to Boston. Nothing wrong with that. They did cover against Miami, covered against Indy. Still, this is Philadelphia's good roll here, remember. 19-9 against the spread on the road. Atlanta just 12-16 is a favorite. ATS 13-7. ATS at home, but Philadelphia's had some issues here of late, covering just 3 of their last 10 overall. And not only that, they've lost 8 straight games to the Atlanta Hawks and gone just 1-4 against the spread. So when I think about it, that Philadelphia, they're missing their star. Yes, they've gotten by without Embiid before, but in the middle of the season, your teams are up and down. Here you've got a hungry, motivated Atlanta team that is playing terrific here right now. You got not only Embiid out, but Edgecombe, who's been, so good here. Going to be a good NBA player. 9 of the last 11 meetings between these two teams have gone over, and you got to think this one's going to be a pretty high-scoring game, I would think. They did play back in February. Atlanta won at 117-107. They also met in December. Atlanta won it 120-117, and they met in November. It was 142-134 Atlanta in those games. So Atlanta did cover 2 of the 3 meetings so far this season, and like I said, won them all. They're winning them all 8 in a row. I'm going to take the Atlanta Hawks here. A little bit of a tax to pay, it looks like, but give me Atlanta here in this one. Let's see what you guys have in the chat. with these two, it's going to be Irish King, first quarter spread. Greg says Brooklyn might only get 97 there in that game against Detroit. Greg says, let's see here. Brooklyn might score 97. Finley says this looks like a gas station, right? It looks like a speedway, right? We got so many things going on the screen. That's okay. It detracts from me, I think, a little bit. Greg here, 119, 114. Farley on the over here. R. Thompson on the under. Public Enemies with me on the Hawks. Philly's a tricky team. Hello to Bobby Mack today. Steve likes the over here as well. And let's see here. Jordy said, don't kick anybody out, Twister. We need all the viewers we can get, apparently. We need viewers. Hawks money line. Dyson Daniels get the rebounds. Here's Greg says Philly coming in off. Maybe they can win this one here. And hey, Randall Sheffield. Great to see Randall Sheffield in here today. All right, let's go to the next one here right now. And it's going to be the Clippers and the Grizzlies. Now, look, this is kind of officially a tankathon game, but I don't know. I'm starting to understand that maybe tankathon games, right, are the games with double-digit spreads a little bit. I've been caught here a little bit just going, I'm not saying blindly in the tankathon, but a lot of these teams haven't looked that good. Memphis, though, has actually shown a little bit of life. Now, they have lost 2 in a row here, have the Grizzlies, but they covered them both against Portland and against Minnesota, some decent teams, and they're taking on the Clippers here. And now the Clippers, it was 7.5 here. Now I think it's down to 6. So it's clearly a move here to the Grizzlies. Now the Clippers do have some personnel issues. It feels like Memphis has more. But for the Clippers, Collins is still questionable. Garland's probable, though. But for the Grizzlies, Taj Gibson is out. Aldama is still out. We got Pippen Jr. probable, Ty Jerome probable, Taylor Hendricks probable, Cedric Coward probable. So they're all in there. So Memphis is still trying here, they're not going to the playoffs, but they've covered 4 in a row. Now the Clippers are on a massive cover streak. Make no mistake about it here right now. The Clippers covered here now. 5 straight, 6 straight on the road. They've won 6 of 9 against Memphis coming in. Memphis is 5-15 straight up in their last 20, but 4-1 against the spread in their last 5, as I mentioned. Memphis has also won 3 straight meetings against the Clippers, covering the spread each time. They were underdogs in all the games so far this season. This is matchup number 4, and Memphis has won and covered them all against the Clippers. They might have their number, of all things, right? And the Clippers, we know how strong they've been here trying to make the playoffs, but right now they're on the outside looking in still. Clippers sitting here in 9th place, 2 games back of the Warriors. They can't close the gap on them right now. Now they are favored in this game, but let's see what you have here. Clippers just 14-16 against the spread as a favorite, but 19-14 against the spread on the road. Memphis has been crummy. 17-23 against the spread as a dog, and 13-17 against the spread at home. But they're picking it up here. They're 15 games under 500. Not trying to, make any bones about it. They have not had a good season. It has been a bad season, but they have not necessarily totally thrown in the towel here as far as effort is concerned, because we're seeing the teams that are officially in the tankathon not covering anything at all and losing and looking like they're trying to lose. Memphis has covered 4 straight. I think that's important. Let's see what you have here in this one. Memphis is also 17-12 to the over at home. The Clippers are 18-15 to the over on the road. So okay, I'm going to the chat. See what you have here in this one. The Clippers in Memphis here.
Steam play.
Oh, a little steam coming in here, huh? Okay, let's see here. It's Bar with, he was on Philly back there. Andrew might be laying it here in the baseball game. Clippers from the game yesterday there, 116 to 112 there against the Spurs. Everybody's looking like what happened? How did the Clippers let this Spurs team come back from how many were they down? 28 points there. They outscored them in the second half 70-48 after the Clippers had a 56-46 lead at halftime, or I'm sorry, 66-46 lead at halftime. And they let them come back. JP Farley's on the Clippers. Wemby was almost crying after the game. That's French soft, but, we still like him there. All right, let's see here. Didn't Memphis blow them out? Yeah, I mean, Memphis has had a great run against these Clippers, right? Robert's on the under here. And Public Enemy here. He's on the Clippers in this one. All right, I got to make my call here in this one between the Clippers and Memphis today here. In Memphis, like I said, I think the teams that are in the tankathon a little bit for me are the teams that are getting double digits and are not showing any penchant for covering. I'm going to take the Memphis Grizzlies here, actually, plus the points against the Clippers, believe it or not. All right, I got to do it. I can't go in blindly, and especially with this team at least showing some heart here, and the Clippers coming off a disastrous. Maybe they'll be hot, maybe they'll be hungry. I mean, the Spurs are great, and they were able to erase that 28-point lead. I am a little bit worried about that, but I'm going to take Memphis. Clippers money line for Jordy. I think I got a premium, though, on the total. Okay, one more here. We've skipped the Jazz and the Bucks. Sorry, does anybody here think the Bucks are going to make the playoffs here and should be considered? Like I said, when we have so many games, we got to draw the line somewhere. And the Bucks right now, I mean, they are currently 7 games out of the postseason with 20 to go. So, okay, here we go. Let's get to the last one here with the Warriors and the Thunder. I think when the Warriors here, you don't have Curry, things are breaking down. You might even be falling out of the playoff picture here. They're in 8th place. They're holding on. And I think that's where Kerr, we make fun of Kerr. He's got all this talent. Yeah, probably the talent probably carried him. But you know what? He was a national coach, and I think there is something to it. I'm a Kerr guy, and I know some people here aren't. But I think this is where he kind of excels a little bit. When he has to do the coaching, when he has to piece it together a little bit, and they actually ended up playing pretty competitive here in the games where they don't have their stars. They just won that game the other night. Great job there, beating Houston. Took a player like L.J. Cryer, had a great game, and knows when to play the guy, right? Just went to his college alma mater, University of Houston, was honored the night before, and then comes in and, plays one of his best games and helps Golden State upset Houston. So I think there's something to that. And I think in this game against OKC, where, again, you got an OKC team here that's won 4 straight and didn't cover the spread in any of those games, laying 6.5, 10.5, 9.5, 4.5, and here they're laying 15. Now, maybe that's too high, and maybe it says it is going to be an absolute blowout here, especially after the Warriors got a much-needed road victory here as they're kind of on a southwest swing. But the Warriors still need to win. They still need to try to be competitive, and if they can get out and try to steal one there, then maybe they can hang. Maybe they can cover here in this game tonight. So let's see what you have here in this one with Golden State here taking on Charlotte Hornets. I mean, the Oklahoma City Thunder, they're almost like Charlotte Hornets. So those guys are bad guys, man. All right, let's see what you got here, and that's it for the NBA. And we got to do the NHL. Okay, we've got some steam, though, quickly coming in here with, speaking of Houston and Oklahoma State, some steam to the under in this one. It was 148. We're down to 146 here, maybe 146.5, maybe 146.5. Houston and Oak State. steam to the under. Also, just moments ago, the Minnesota Golden Gophers took the steam in their matchup today with Northwestern. They were a 3-point favorite. They're up to 4. Minnesota taking the steam against Northwestern. Also here, we talked about that championship game. We talked about the steam to the under, and now the steam is coming in on Tennessee State here against Moorhead in the Ohio Valley Championship. It was 3.5. We're up to 4.5, 5 here right now. Steam on Tennessee State there in the Ohio Valley Championship game. All right, let's go to the chat here and see what you have in this one with the Warriors taking on the Thunder. All right, it's going to be – did I miss the Clippers plays down there with you guys? No. And let's see here. Greg says the Bucks should fire Rivers. Yeah, Rivers is going to get the benefit of the doubt. I don't think, unless there was some kind of transgression, he's not going to get fired because of who he is, I think. So you'll let him just play out the string. And then, Giannis can find maybe get a guy in there. Look, he's not going anywhere, right? Giannis is staying.
Steam playing.
Oh, what do we got here? More steam here real quick. Let's see. Warriors basically have the Rockets' number. Take the Thunder on the spread. JP says under here, Public Enemy, liking the Thunder to roll, and Robert likes the Thunder. You guys definitely liking that Thunder. Here's steam to the over with Washington and Oregon. Regular season game tonight in the Big Ten with Washington and Oregon here. And this one was 141. It's up to 143 here, I believe, with Washington and Oregon taking that steam here just moments ago on the Morning Steam show. Robert also liking the under here in this one between Golden State and the Thunder. I'm actually taking the points here with Golden State. Give me the Warriors here plus the points there. And let's see here. Hello, thank you, Finley Hornet. Hello, everyone. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube. Let's go to the NHL tonight now. We're going to the NHL next, and then we'll squeeze in maybe just a couple of college basketball picks before we kick it on over to Mikey, Money, and Connor Mack. All right, NHL time. Hope you're ready.
Steam playing.
Uh-oh. Our college basketball will continue here with the steam, though. And we've got steam in tournament action right now with Georgia Southern and Coastal Carolina. Steam to the under here in this one. It was 151. It's now down here to 148.5. A pretty big move there, Georgia Southern and Coastal off the opener anyway. All right, here we go. Capitals and Bruins. Going to check the goalie computer, see who's in, see who's out tonight. But we do have Washington here on the road in a near toss-up with the Bees here tonight. Boston's been incredible at home right now. I mean, they are just unconscious. I think they've won, 10 in a row at home here currently for the Boston Bruins here. I think Swayman maybe expected here. We did this one's at 12:37 Eastern, 9:37 Pacific, so it would be good to know who is going to be in goal here. I don't think we actually have any confirmation just yet. They waking up here, get ready for the game in Boston. What a run it's been right now for the Bruins, and this great winning streak at home just in time. Here is they're a solid position here right now in 5th place currently. They can still keep it going, keep this rush going. They are 23-8-1 at home this season, 14-7 as a favorite. Washington 7-14 as an underdog. So I kind of think that they can handle it here, and you're getting them at a great price at $1.30 here right now. It seems like they should be able to take one down. Maybe it's even a little bit cheaper than that. The total, though, here is not. I think that's a typo, actually, because I've got the total here at 6. 6 over maybe. I think 6 over 15 sounds like the right price right now. Okay, let's see here. So get ready with your picks here right now with the Capitals and the Bruins here in this one. Like I said, it just feels like this Bruins home ice streak right now is just pretty strong here. Boston has lost six of the last 9 games here against Boston in Boston. Boston's also won 12 of their last 18 overall. 6 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams have gone under, but Boston has gone over in 9 of 13 because they've been playing so well and scoring some goals. But like I said, when these two teams have met, it was 3-1 when they met here, I believe, in the last time they met. I think we're going to get to see these guys again here too. So let's see what you have here in this one. If it is indeed Thompson and Swayman, could be some good goaltending here, but let's see what you got. I might think that could be. Let's see. Let's go to the chat. Hey, hello, up one money. Bruins for Public Enemy. Philly Eagle Flyers ready for the hockey on Caps leading under. And JP Farley's on the Bruins. Here's Irish King. Bees money line and Geeky to get that goal again. All right, and let's see who else here. Bruins under here for our Tomps. You know, I think my algorithm over here is telling me to kind of go with the Washington here, but I don't know if I can do it. I think I'm just going to take the Bruins here, hopefully to win again at home and just keep it going right now. They aren't losing at home. They're winning every time, so I'm going to try to keep it going here. 23-8 at home. That's a pretty good record here, so I'll just take the Bruins. Next up, we've got the Flyers taking on the Penguins here. NHL action for Saturday. This one, 3:07 Eastern. No, that's not the right game. Yeah. Okay, we're skipping the Rangers and the Devils because they're not going to the playoffs. So here we go, Flyers and Pens. Got to get used to blocking off the games a little bit. Penguins coming in here off of a couple of losses right now. Penguins are 38-23 here for the most part. They all have a bunch of overtime losses, but still here for Philadelphia. They were on a 3-game winning streak before they lost. Last time out to Utah, 3-0. This rivalry game, they met back in January. Pittsburgh won at 6-3. They also won back in December 5-1, outscoring the Flyers here 11-4 in the last 2 meetings this year between the two teams. Pittsburgh's 15-9 at home. Philadelphia just 15-27 as an underdog here. So, does feel like even at this price, it may be Pittsburgh here, but in general, the Flyers aren't bad. 14-12 on the road, but they're a little bit better when they're favored here. Let's see what you got. Pittsburgh off of losses to Boston and Buffalo here of late. It was at Boston, so let's go to the chat right now and see what we've got here. It's going to be Penguins money line here for Bobby Mack. And that might be it. I know what I'm doing in this game. Oh, there's JP Farley here. I'm going under in this one. Give me the under with Philadelphia and Pittsburgh here. I'm taking the under.
Steam play.
All right, what do we got from the Steam machine? Arizona State taking the Steam in their Big 12 basketball game here with Iowa State. Wow. They were getting 16. It's down to 15, maybe 14 and a half here. Arizona State taking that Steam here on the Morning Steam Show. All right. And let's see what else we got here. That's it from the chat, huh? Oh, no. Flyers and under for Philly Eagle Flyer and Jordy's on the Penguins. All right, next up.
Steam play.
Next up, we've got Kansas taking the Steam here. Let me bring up the graphic for the next hockey game. But Kansas taking the steam here right now as our college basketball steam continues. And Kansas taking the steam here in this one was 16.5 up to 17.5 against Kansas State today. Man, you got to think Kansas could roll these guys, man. Don't you think? All right, let's see what you got here, though. Look at this one. Predators here taking on those Sabres. Oh, man, Sabres here still on a wild win streak once again. Cannot be stopped. Buffalo, winners of 5 straight right now. They've won 10 of their last 14 at home. Nashville comes in off of a win last time over Boston, 6-3 at home. That did stop a 3-game losing streak. Nashville's won just one of their last 7 on the road, but they've won 4 of the last 6 against these Buffalo Sabres. Nashville, they're just 2-5 straight up in their last 7 games overall. 6 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams have gone over, but Nashville's gone under in 5 of their last 6 coming in. Buffalo's gone under in 4 of their last 5. They met back in January. Buffalo won in Nashville 5-3 as the only meeting so far this season. Buffalo right now 18-8 at home, 17-10 as a favorite. Nashville just 16-28. As an underdog, but we're in the puck line territory here in this one. And Nashville, 27-17 as a puck line dog, not bad. But Buffalo, 13-14 as a puck line favorite. That doesn't sound great, but it actually is really great. All right, let's see what you got right now with the Buffalo here in Nashville. It does seem like this is a pretty good series for Buffalo in general. Buffalo just beat Pittsburgh 5-1. They beat BGK at home 3-2. Now that was a close one, but really other than that, Buffalo, they were underdogs to New Jersey, Philadelphia, Florida, and Tampa Bay on the road. They won all those games. They're winning all these road games here. Now they're back home. And let's see what you've got here in this one with Nashville and Buffalo. I have a feeling I'm supposed to bet Nashville, but I don't think I can do it. Here we go. It's going to be Buffalo in regulation. And Fenley says this might be a Predator spot, says Fenley. I actually think it is, but I can't take him right now. I cannot go against Buffalo anymore, especially after I tried to beat him the other night. Here is a parlay with Thompson for a goal, over for Philly Eagle Flyers. Sabres here for Jordy. All right. I'm going to take Buffalo on the puck line here to keep it rolling right now. I'm going to take them on the puck line here at plus money. Maybe you could do +1. Maybe you do regulation to make it a little bit more sound. I like what you guys were saying in there. I have no problem with that. But here on the show, I kind of just go with puck line, I think, here. Got some steam coming in here on Providence. Providence Friars taking the steam in their matchup here today. Providence in this Big East game against Georgetown. The steam already came in on the over in that one, and I said, hey, that's usually what would happen, I think, between these two teams. Now you got Providence here. They were a 1-point dog. I think they're a favorite now, actually, here. I think Providence is moving to a favorite against Georgetown, taking that steam. All right. I think there was. Let me see here. We might have had some breaking news here, actually, within the last couple of minutes here, anyway. Let's see what we got here. There's some steam coming in as well. This morning, just announced a short time ago, St. Bonaventure head coach Mark Schmidt is not expected to return next season. I believe, though, for Schmidt, it might be more. I think this is a retirement for Schmidt. So, look, you got a guy here who has a pretty good offensive mind, and Schmidt says it's not. I think he's saying it's not a retirement. So, we'll see. I mean, who's running the show here, right? When we think of St. Bonaventure and Woj as the general manager, is it him that's making the calls here, or
Critical notice.
the school, right? Who does make the calls on something like that? All right, here we go. Robert went with the under here in this one, and Power Critters here today, and he's on. Oh, Providence. He's on Providence on that game. Okay, no problem. Next up, Canadians and Kings here in LA with the Canadians. Man, this is a trouble spot for the Canadians. Usually they have no success here in LA over the last, let me get the numbers here, but got the Kings here, $1.25, and the total 6 over 15. I don't think we've still found any confirmed goalies here today, but see what we get in this one with the Kings. Going to be a slight favorite here. They're not playing very well, that's for sure. Montreal's been just fine, but like you said, when you got an 0-8 record, maybe the Kings maybe they found somebody they can beat. Kings come in here, though, off of a win over the Islanders. Have actually won 2 of 3. They beat Calgary, lost to Colorado. Montreal in here with back-to-back losses on the West Coast here to San Jose and Anaheim. So, look, there might be something to this. It might just be a bad trip. Having a bad trip, man. So Montreal comes in here, though. It's interesting because they're 16-7 on the road, 19-14 as an underdog. The Kings are just 10-14 at home, and 17-12 actually as a favorite. So it's not a great roll for these guys at all. But the Kings own the Montreal Canadiens. Canadians have lost here for 9 straight games. Last 5 years, basically, can't beat the Kings. 9 of the last 13 meetings between these two teams have gone under, but Montreal's gone over in 6 of their last 8 on the road and over in 5 of their last 6 games overall. Kings, meanwhile, coming in here, not, right now out of the playoff picture. So, Montreal, I mean, they're in. I mean, they're, looking pretty decent here right now, hanging on here. They still got to keep winning. They can't fall. I mean, Boston's been hot on the chase here right now, but the Kings, they might be done. They're falling. It's just that these things are still close in the Pacific Division. So let's see what you have here in this one with the Canadians and the Kings here. Look, you got a total here, 5.5. One team goes over that all the time. That would be the Canadians, and the Kings, they are more of an under team for sure. But let's see what you have. The Canadians are 20-11 to the over on the road. 38-23 to the over overall. LA is just 14-16 to the under at home. But let's see what you guys have here in the chat in this one. I want to hear from you. All right, it's going to be oh, wow. Some big-time move there. All right, Public Enemy's on the Canadians here. Robert's on the Canadians. They like him to end this 9-game losing streak to the Kings. Jordy's on the Canadians, too. I'm just going to go with Farley here. Give me the over. I'm scared now. I thought, man, the Kings maybe can beat the Canadians here and get a much-needed win. After all, these are 2 of my favorite teams. And I will take the over now in this one. Feels like the Sharps are going to be on the under. I'm pretty sure of that, but I'm going to take the over here on this one. All right, next up. We did skip the game here between the Vancouver Canucks and the Winnipeg Jets because I don't think the Winnipeg Jets are going to get it going. So let's go to the Columbus Blue Jackets. Here in this one, we've got Mammoth here, $1.15. The total, 6.5. This is a good betting, pretty decent betting card today. Not a lot of big favorites. Yeah, there's a couple out there, but a lot of nice prices here, both favorites and dogs, whatever you like. Utah coming in here, 33, 26, and 4. I think they're going to make it. I think they're going to make the playoffs. here. Columbus, they're going to make the playoffs. They're looking good. So we got two decent teams here right now. Columbus sitting in fourth place, a little bit comfortable here, trying to hold off a couple of teams. They still got to keep going, though. For Utah, same thing. They're in right now. Got to keep winning. They're maybe a little bit more comfy. Utah, winners of 2 in a row here right now over Philadelphia, over Washington. Columbus, meanwhile, 3-game winning streak. Who'd they beat? Just the Rangers, Nashville, and Florida. Not great of teams, but that doesn't matter. They all count as one win. Columbus here actually a slight underdog in this one against the Mammoth. Wow. Columbus is 17-8 at home this season. Now, look, let me take a look at this line here because the Mammoth is indeed favored. The Columbus Blue Jackets are 11-23 as an underdog this season. This is closely rated, so maybe it isn't as big a deal, but Utah is 25-11 as a favorite. Utah is also 14-18 to the under as an underdog on the road. Columbus did win at Utah back on January 11th in the only meeting this season, 3-2. Columbus got the win on the road in overtime in that one. And here they are favored in this one. Here's
Team play.
the Mammoth, a slight favorite. Idaho State is taking the steam here right now. College basketball. We got some action here for you with the tournament action at the Big Sky. Idaho State was a 4-point favorite. They're up to 5.5 right now. The steam has come in on Idaho State today, taking that steam. All right, and let's keep it going. Let me get your plays here on this one as I charge up the script. Here we go with your plays. It's going to be Robert on Utah on the money line. Public Enemy will take him on the puck line. JP Farley likes Columbus. Here's Robert with the over. Habs and over in that other game for Philly Eagle Flyer. Here's Colorado Power Critter. So we're on all these other. That's Columbus, actually, there. Yeah, that's Columbus. What am I thinking? And Philly Eagle Flyer says Columbus on the draw and lean to the under. Hey, Bakersfield and Cal Poly steam to the over here in this one. Wow. This is a regular season game, and what a big total. My, what a big total you have here. This is Bakersfield and Cal Poly. It was 172.5. We're up to 173.5 here, maybe even 174. These guys do go over a little bit, but man, that is wild. 173.5 here. All right, looks like I'm going to make my call here on this one with Columbus at home today, taking on the Utah Mammoth. Man, Columbus has been a good home team. I know not great as a favorite, but I'm going to kind of feel like, it's because of the fact that the line is so close, right? Usually their favor, they're an underdog. Blue Jackets on the road, they have been pretty big underdogs, especially earlier in the season before they were so hot. So I'm going to take Columbus here in this one. Give me the Jackets at home. Okay, and Jordy's going to do it as well.
Steam play.
Got another steam move coming in here. It's on USC and UCLA. Steam to the under right now. This one's on the move here with UCLA and USC. It was 150.5. We're down to 149 here. UCLA at USC here. Steam to the under in that one. Hey, we're getting close to the top of the hour. It's going to be Connor Mack. It's going to be Mikey Money bringing you the college basketball preview show here today. So hopefully we'll get some picks in there before we get off the air. So we better keep talking here right now. Some hockey. And let's go to the Lightning taking on the Leafs here. Does feel like the Leafs are long done, but we got to keep an eye on this Lightning here. They're struggling all of a sudden. What's going on? Now we know the Leafs are really struggling. So maybe the Lightning can finally get on track, but they're on the road here. It's not easy. Tampa's lost 5 of their last 6 against Toronto. Toronto's lost 7 straight games at home. They've lost 6 straight games overall. Toronto's gone 4-1 straight up in their last 5 here, also at home against the Lightning. 5 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams have gone over. Tampa Bay's on a 4-game losing streak right now. They would look like the best team in the league and before the break, but so far not so good. The only win they have, I think, out of the break was over Toronto, 4-2 back on December 25th. At home, they beat Toronto in that one. Now Toronto is on this massive losing streak as well. Tampa Bay just 2-5 straight up in their last 7 here in Toronto. So maybe it does help them, but Tampa Bay is still 19-8 on the road. Toronto, for all their woes, they are 16-10 at home. 11-19 as an underdog. Tampa Bay 31-19 as a favorite. So look, Tampa's in puck line territory, and Tampa is 19-31 as a puck line favorite. It's pretty good. Toronto 17-13 as a puck line dog. That is bad. So let's see here how you have this one. These two teams, not only that 4-2 meeting, they also met back in December. That one was won by Toronto 2-0. Like we said, Toronto has their number. Tampa won the last one, but they're 1-1 against each other this season. And we'll see, hey, I'm sure that Tampa Bay is just fine. This is just a little hiccup here. They're still, technically, they might have fallen behind Buffalo for first place right now, but still they're kind of tied. So let's go to the chat here in this one between Tampa Bay and Toronto. It's going to be Tampa Bay and over here for Philly Eagle Flyer. Tampa Bay in regulation for Irish King. JP Farley likes Cooch to get a couple of points, 2+ points today. All right. So I was hoping to get the goalie report. We've been on the air here now all morning, but I don't know if I've seen it yet. And I don't know if it's going to be Stolarz or not here. There was some talk that he's confirmed. Just confirmed here 15 minutes ago. Stolarz comes in here 7-8-3, 3.36 goals against average, 89% save percentage. So I think that's all we know. Merzakin's likely. Still nothing from the first game of the day here. All right. Oh, hey, I'll make my call in this one. Let me know what you guys are all done here. And like I said, I got to make my call. Now we know Stolarz is in here in this matchup anyway. It probably, I guess, would be kind of look to the over anyway. But let me see here. I might just go with Tampa Bay right now. I mean, they can take care of these guys. Give me the Lightning here on the puck line for now. Give me the Lightning on the puck line. That's going to be my play. Maybe over, but Lightning money line here for Jordy. All right, we'll keep it moving here right now with the Hurricanes on the road taking on the Flames. Look at Bussy. Comes in here 25-3-1 if he is indeed in here tonight, hockey night. Carolina looking strong here. Look, they've had a few hiccups here of late. They're still 48. They're still 40, 16, and 6 coming into this one. Bussy 2.3 goals against. Calgary's lost 4 straight. Losses to LA, Anaheim, Dallas, and Ottawa here. They are 16-31 as an underdog. Carolina 39-18 as a favorite, 17-8 on the road. Calgary is still 15-12 at home. You can still kind of hang your hat on them a little bit here, but Carolina's just looking so good. Carolina comes into this one having won 7 of their last 8, 5 of their last 7 on the road, and they've defeated Calgary in 5 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams. The unders come in 12 of the last 16 meetings between these two teams. Overall, Calgary's gone under in 4 of their last 5, and Carolina's gone over in 4 of their last 6. Calgary is 21-26 to the under. Carolina's 12-17 to the under on the road. Boy, let's see what you have here in this one. Carolina's won 4 straight in this series. Carolina also coming in off of wins here over Vancouver and Edmonton. They've been on the Northwest swing here. They also lost to Seattle. So playing all the Northwest teams and having some success. They lost to Seattle before beating Vancouver and Edmonton. Calgary, meanwhile, like I said, not looking as sharp. Okay, here we go. Robert is on the over. Canes for Public Enemy. Farley's on the Canes. Robert's on the Canes. Everyone's on the Canes here. Everyone's liking these Canes. Oh boy! I mean, you gotta like the Canes, but you guys are all over the Canes. Let me peek at the total here. All right. You guys are on the Canes here. I'm going to take here. I want to take this over here right now. Give me the over in this one. Oh. I want to take the Canes with you guys. Give me the over here in this one with Carolina and Calgary. I'm not liking the total anyways. It wasn't going to be a premium. I'll lean to the over here. You guys are all over the Canes. I like them too. Okay, a few more here, and what a great day we're having. What a great day we're going to have. Let's go to the Islanders and the Sharks here in San Jose. Sharks, look, you got 2 of the most profitable teams in the league, so I don't know which one you want to go with here. The Sharks at home, they've been buying you units all season long.
Final.
At home right now for San Jose. They're up at home over 9 units at home this season. Meanwhile, for the Islanders here on the road, they're up 6 units this year. So 2 strong teams in their roles. Islanders have lost a couple games in a row here. Losses at Anaheim and LA here down in Southern California. So could be a little bit struggling on the trip. San Jose, meanwhile, lost to St. Louis last time out. But they were off 3 consecutive wins over Edmonton, Winnipeg, and Montreal. This has been a long homestand, actually, for the Sharks. San Jose 17-10 at home. Islanders are just 9-11 as a favorite here. Look, I mean, the Sharks have been great at home. These 2 teams have not yet met this season. The Islanders have actually won the last 4 meetings between the 2 teams overall right now. Coming into this one, New York has won 6 of the last 7 meetings overall against San Jose. They've also won 5 of their last 7 overall. Islanders have gone under in 6 of their last 9 on the road, but they're over in 4 of their last 5. 10 of the last 15 meetings for the Sharks have gone under, but 11 of their last 16 at home have gone over. I don't know what's going to happen here. You tell me when the Islanders take on the Sharks here tonight in San Jose. I mean, come on. Islanders, maybe there's something to this road trip right now, but you're going to have Sorokin, I guess, in there, it looks like. That a bit of an equalizer for sure. Nothing's confirmed in the goalie department here. That's for sure. But I am going to go under in this one with the Islanders and the Sharks. Give me the under tonight in this one. Let me make sure it's 6.5 under 20 because it might not be. Oh, it's 6.5 under 25 here at some. I'm going to go with the under though. I'll pay it $1.20, $1.25, whatever it is. I'm going under. All right, Public Enemy's on the Islanders there. Irish King likes Carolina and Svechnikov to get a goal, and Farley's going to agree with me. Take that under. One more here on the ice, and we'll give a couple of college basketball picks out here. And then we'll make way for the guys here. And then got Gonna have a great show today. Join us 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific for the UFC coverage here from T-Mobile in Las Vegas with that main event here tonight. All right, the Senators and the Kraken here. Look, the Kraken looking pretty strong right now. It looks like they're going to make the postseason. Currently sitting in 4th place, hanging on here right now. It's still a battle, no doubt about it. Ottawa, meanwhile, they've got their work cut out for them in 6th place in the Atlantic, but I think they can work hard and get there. I think they're going to end up short, but they have been alternating wins and losses here of late. They're coming in off of a win over Calgary, 4-1. They're playing pretty well here, actually. Yeah, they lost to Edmonton, but that was an overtime game, and before that they won at Toronto. So they've looked pretty good here on this. They're on kind of a road trip, a Canadian road trip, or here in a stop in Seattle as well. Seattle, meanwhile, off of a loss to St. Louis, but before that they did beat Carolina. They also beat Vancouver. Seattle 16-10 at home, but Ottawa surprisingly here 16-12 on the road. Look at this. Is this priced backwards or what? I mean, is Seattle, what are they taking the day off? You got to give Ottawa credit. They've done a nice job here. Yeah, these two teams have even records, but look at this, $1.50. What are we doing? Now, maybe because Grubauer, his numbers are bad, and we'd rather have Decord in there. I get that. If it is Grubauer, I guess that is kind of the equalizer through all this. Grubauer, of course. So I'm listing Decord on the screen. What do you guys have? Well, let's see. Let's go to the chat here. Maybe I'll just, I think the price is too good to pass up for a team like Seattle. They are, pretty successful actually at home here this season. Seattle at home, 16-10-5, up a couple of units. Senators on the road. They are down 1.5 units or so with a record of 16-12-4. So it feels like the price is kind of high for a road favorite where it should be kind of feels equal, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Kraken in this one. I just don't think I can pass on a price like this. Give me the Kraken as an underdog here, and let's see what you guys have in this one. It's going to be I think Irish King there was on the Sharks. Here's over for Robert. It might be this game. It might be the last game. I'm not sure. Here's Public Enemy on the Senators here. Power Critter on Ottawa. JP Farley on the over. Jordy says Kraken money line and the over. Great job, you guys, with the hockey today. And let's get rolling here just a little bit. What we'll do here, I think, is just kind of have some college picks to look at right now with some of our games. Maybe some, let's get into some early action here right now. And we'll look at, like we said, we've got Connor Mack, we've got Mikey Money coming up here with the big college basketball preview. So let me just talk here about a few early games in college basketball, with early starts and some of the conferences here just getting to the nitty-gritty. Going to start with Campbell and Stony Brook here in this one with Campbell, a road favorite in this one. This one's at noon Eastern and 9 a.m. Pacific time. We're in the Coastal Conference here with this one. This is the second round right now of the Coastal tournament here. Let me get the current format. Okay, so we know the first round was yesterday. Just Northeastern won the game over North Carolina A&T. They advanced to take on Drexel. Meanwhile, we're here with this one between Campbell and Stony Brook. This is the 8-9 game here at noon Eastern and 9 a.m. Pacific time. With this one. So, Campbell a favorite here. Stony probably a little bit better of a cover overall, but we're just making the picks here right now. I'm not going to go too. I forgot. Don't go too deep into these. We're not breaking them down necessarily today. You're going to have to trust me. Hopefully, all those months and months of breaking down games, you're just going to say, well, maybe Ramon knows what he's talking about. I will say Stoney has lost 3 in a row coming into this one. Campbell's lost 3 of 4 actually coming into this one as well right now. So
Final.
Give me the over, though, in this one. It's all the way up. This number's a little stale. And the steam came in on the over, and I'm going to chase that steam, actually. It's up to a 149 here. And I'm going to go over with Campbell and Stony Brook. All right, one other early game here right now is going to be the Citadel and East Tennessee here in this one.
Final.
With East Tennessee State favored by 15. The total here is 139. The steam came in on the under. I've already committed to the under here, even despite the fact that what we saw there a little bit with Citadel and East Tennessee State there. I think, or not Citadel and East Tennessee, Citadel and Chattanooga there yesterday. In that game with the high-scoring game, 88-85. But I ended up here on the under here, kind of chasing that steam a little bit, but mostly because, yes, East Tennessee has had a few overs here of late. The first meeting, though, went for 139 points, right on the number there, as East Tennessee State won at home 84-55. But the first meeting was 74-59 as East Tennessee State clobbered them in that game at Citadel, and that one went for just 123 points. So I got the under here in this one with the Citadel and East Tennessee State. Okay, here we go. Another early start. I'm covering these early starts here, and we've got this one with UNC Asheville taking on High Point. And we've already seen the steam come in here a little bit on High Point right now. They are currently at 14, just 14 and a half now compared to 12, just 14 and a half total. 148 and a half. So pretty big move here actually on High Point here. And look, High Point, we know they've blown out some teams, but you know what? They haven't covered them all necessarily. High Point comes in here though, 28-4. I mean, that's their big, that's the big deal with them for sure. Asheville is 9-6 as an underdog here against the spread. So look, High Point's been awesome, but we know Cashville has got the number here a little bit. It just feels like High Point is such a good team here. Asheville does come in off the win over Longwood in that 85-82 win there yesterday. High Point, they win all the games, but they just don't seem to cover.
Final.
So the steam came in on them. Give me Cashville here. I'm going to take Cashville in the semifinals. Give them to me here. If it's up to 14, that's good enough for me. I'm going to take Cashville. All right, maybe we can cover one or two more here real quick, and then we'll hand it off to Mikey Money and Connor Mack. We're covering early starts here. This is 1 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 Pacific at the America East quarterfinals here with Albany and Massachusetts Lowell. You got Lowell here favored in this one by 2 points here right now, maybe 3. Let's call it 3 and 147. There, okay.
Final.
There we go. 3 and 147 here with Albany and Massachusetts Lowell coming in here. Lowell's been a decent cover, it feels like, so far this season. Albany, not so much. These two teams do kind of trend
Final.
To the under here a little bit. Let's see what you have, though, if anything, here in this one. Then we're going to get on out of here. I've got the under here in this one with Albany and Lowell. Give me the under, and I got that, I think, is going to do it. Let's do the contest here, and then we're going to get out of here for Connor Mack and for Mikey Money. Let's see here. We're going to do the drawing, and that's it. Here we go.
Final.
Not even going to run the commercial. Join me over at winnable.com. Why aren't you subscribing over at winnable.com? Okay. Here we go. I think we're having a contest here. There we go. There, we up there. Here we go. Contest time. Then we're out of here. Thanks for joining me. Who's going to win it? 1 month of subscription over here. We got some steam with Furman, you guys. Furman getting steamed here really quick. Twisted wins. Thank you, Twisted, for everything you do. Furman just got steamed against Samford. They were getting 1.5. I think it's a pick 'em. Furman maybe even a 1-point favorite right now. That's going to do it for the morning steam. Stay tuned next for Connor Mack and Mikey Money with our college basketball preview. They'll go over all the biggest games. Thank you, everybody. We'll be back here tomorrow with more Morning Steam. For the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long from Las Vegas.
Make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the Morning Steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money.